Hi, my name's Barry Crampton. Today I want to talk to you about EV depreciation or lack of it apparently this month. According to a report out yesterday, used EVs between £5,000 to £10,000 and £10,000 to £15,000 have gone up 0.7%, whereas everything else has gone down. I'll just show you the report with a bit of luck. So here's the report. It's from Car Dealer, but it's reporting on CAP's findings. Now, I have got a lot of time for Car Dealer, or Car Dealer Mag. I've dealt with James over the years, and he's got a job to do, he's got a magazine to run, he's got people to keep in work. So I don't necessarily blame him. However, CAP is a different thing. CAP, the motor trade, pays them to give them information which is accurate. And it's a lot of money that they pay them to give them information which is accurate. And I can't see how this information is. Now, total transparency. We bought, I like EVs, I do. They're ideal for me, absolutely perfect for my journey to and from work. And we bought a Peugeot EV the other day. It was a lovely car. The person we bought it off couldn't stand having an EV anymore. He couldn't do the journeys he wanted. Well, it was his wife's. She couldn't do the journey she wanted, and she's replaced it with a plug-in hybrid, which is ideal for her. The chap's also got a Mustang Mach-E, and he says he's going to get rid of that at the earliest opportunity because it doesn't suit his needs. This EV suits mine perfectly, as I've said before. Now, in this report also, it tells you that used EVs are selling every 19 days and I have to say, we sold ours in 3 days. It was a beautiful car, everything about it was right. We had 2 inquiries the very next day after I'd advertised it, and we sold it to the first person. We sold ours in 3 days, so technically that would bring the averages right down. You know, if everybody sold in 3 days, then that would be marvellous. But that's not the case. That's not the norm. That was extraordinary. We were lucky. Whatever you want. There was 2 people looking for that particular car at that particular time. It's not dear. We priced it right. We bid on 3 different EVs. One we owned, we bought. The second one we were top bidder. However, the owner wanted more. He won't get more. He thinks it's worth more, probably because he reads headlines like this, that used EVs are flying out off the forecourts and so on. The other one we're outbid on. Obviously wanted it more than us, but it was still way behind book. It wasn't over book, it wasn't over cap. So none of them were over cap, and I can show you a whole pages of them that are advertised at buy it now under cap. Now, they're also, when they've been through the auction, it shows you what the highest bid was from the dealers. Trust me, if these EVs were flying off the shelves, which I wish they were, honestly, hand on heart, I wish they were, because it would make it a lot easier in the motor trade, because it's really difficult at the moment. So, all these dealers are bidding on vehicles that are supposedly flying off the forecourt and going in 19 days, but they're bidding behind cap. So what does that tell you? Not just a little bit behind cap, but hundreds of pounds. Not just taking into account that they're going to have to pay delivery charges, perhaps, or get it delivered from the other side of the country. Not taking the transport costs off. I mean hundreds of pounds, if not thousands in some cases. So, cap is only a guide. To say that £5,000 to £10,000 vehicles are going up 0.7%, £5,000 vehicle 0.7%, 35 quid. £10,000 vehicle, 70 quid. £15,000 vehicle, £105. in the scheme of things, it's not much, is it? So I'll read you the report. So used car, the headline is used car prices fall 1.1%. James Baggett chats to cap HPI's Chris Plum. Video, used electric cars rise in October as all other fuel types lose money. Used car prices fell 1.1% overall in October. Electric cars were the only fuel type to rise, up 0.3%. Watch our video interview with Cap HPI on the latest used cars prices above. And bear in mind, Car Dealer Mag is to go to car dealers. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, the other day's video, clickbait. All you see there, used car prices fall 1.1%, electric cars rise. So that's it. That's what your brain takes in. As a sales manager, you have a million decisions to make in a day. What cars to buy, electric cars rise. Might be clever, who knows. Used car prices fell 1.1% in October as September plate change part exchanges dropped back into the market. The best performing fuel type though was electric, with EVs actually rising in price by 0.3%. 0.3% on a 10 grand car, 30 quid. Yawn. During the month, according to data just released by Cap HPI, the devil is in the detail, but at the 3-year price point, EVs still look good value. They do look good value because they cost a lot more than ICE vehicles, and they've dropped so much, they've depreciated so much, they've tanked, that as a second-hand vehicle, they're less than an ICE car. Great value. If they suit your needs, they're great value. Plum added, we think for people concerned about the cost of living, the savings with an EV start to make quite a compelling case for them. So, over the past few days, I've done reports. The thing that was stopping people taking up EVs in the first place was the cost of living crisis. That was stopping them a few years ago. Then the cost of living crisis is now making them affordable. By comparison, used petrol cars fell 1.4%. Diesels dropped 1%, hybrids were down 0.6%, and plug-in hybrids were down 1.1% in October. Plum said demand had tapered off towards the end of October as half-term approached, and said the valuations firm believes more seasonal price changes will now take effect. 3 years price point. How many? In fact, I'll try and check this, because the 3-year price point still looks value, but they're not the ones that are going up 0.7%, because there's going to be very few EVs at 3 years old in the 10 to 15,000 price bracket. So, and certainly none in the 5 to 10,000 price bracket. So EVs priced between 5 to 10,000 saw an increase of 0.7%, with those in the 10 to 15,000 price bracket rising the same percentage. So, all right, why not just put from 5 to 15,000? Why break it up into two? I don't get that. Plum added, we think for people concerned about the cost of living, the savings with an EV start to make quite a compelling case for them. Well, to be honest, they don't really, because they only make a compelling case if you can charge from home. If you have to charge from a fast charger, they're dearer than a nice car. So let's get that out of the way. Petrol cars fell 1.4%, diesels dropped 1%. Well, that's a load of bollocks too, because we're buying petrol cars, we're buying diesel cars, and we're paying over cap for them. We're actually paying over cap trade for clean ones, because if anything, nice clean ICE vehicles are in short supply. You can buy any amount at the moment of EVs you want to. So that's rubbish too. So now, right, Baz, you're talking rubbish, you're a bullshitter. There's no way of checking Cap's figures. Cap get all these reports in from the big dealers and auctions and so on, and you have to trust what they say. You have to trust that you have to hope they're telling the truth. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say they're telling the truth. And these EVs did go up 0.7%. Let's pretend they've got no agenda whatsoever. And they shouldn't have, to be fair. I can understand Auto Trader having an agenda because they've got a leasing company. And it will cost, cars tanking will cost them millions. I couldn't understand if they have an agenda, if they just put the finger on the EV tilt button, you know, and just knock it up a bit. If they just put out a few stories, EVs are great, so that when their vehicles come back off lease and go in the auction, dealers will go off, EVs up, right, bid, let's get it. I can understand that. Cap, I'm not sure about. I can understand the RAC. You know, the RAC have a load of products and they lease EVs. I can understand them telling porkies and just being a bit economical with the truth. I'm not sure what Cap's motive is. You can't check these figures, or can you? What's the biggest name in the motor trade? Auto Trader, in my opinion. Cap might be the second, perhaps third, fourth, behind Glasses Guide, or, you know, I don't know, somebody else behind Barry Crampton, could be that. There's no way of checking, but there is. If you want a good average, a good idea, a good indicator of a free market where everybody's competing against each other, level playing field, let's have a look what they're charging. Auto Trader put price banners, and they tell their customers how much the dealer should be selling the vehicle for. I think they're way too high on EVs. I really do. I think they're way too high. And I think the price banners on EVs are misleading because they're overvalued. That's my personal opinion. I mean, don't take my word for it. Satisfy yourself. There's a little plugin called AT Price Tracker. And honestly, it's worth its weight in gold. To me, it's worth its weight in gold because it gives you the state of play straight away. You know, Auto Trader want to be transparent. They want to be transparent about the dealers, but they don't want to be transparent about themselves. They don't seem to want to be transparent about the big boys. They just want to be transparent about the indies like me, you know, like other little garages. Perhaps the little indies, they're the ones that are most likely to rip people off. You know, perhaps that's it. Perhaps that's Auto Trader's motive. But AT Price Tracker, on iPad, you can only use it on Safari. On a laptop or your computer, you can use it through Chrome. And trust me, it's invaluable. Auto Trader keep trying to nobble it, but so far, touch wood, AT Price Tracker keep finding a way around it. So let's just go here. We'll go to Safari. I'm just going to knock everything off here. There we go, Auto Trader in Safari. Latest security announcement. We are warning sellers of a scam that involves potential buyers trying to negotiate a lower price for the car by tampering with its engine or exhaust. The scam involves secretly pouring oil into the coolant reservoir, exhaust or over the engine in an attempt to negotiate a lower price, claiming the engine's damaged. They've been doing, that's the latest scam. Jesus Christ. They've been doing that since time immemorial, pulling the plug lead off at the auction. You know, just pulling it off slightly. Reminds me of another story very quickly. When I worked for BMW, we went to a driving day, and we were driving the new 740, the Mercedes S-Class, and a Lexus 4 litre. And there's four of us in each car, and we first of all we drove this, and then drove that, and then the BMW. Took it in turns to swap, and we drove the Mercedes, lackluster, you know, I was only young, you're a male thing. Then we drove the BMW, and then we drove the Lexus. And when it come to my turn for the Lexus, I thought, geez, this is a bit, you know, sluggish and so on. And I'd heard really good things about Lexus. I'd heard they were better than Mercedes and better than BMW. So I pulled up in the next lay-by, lifted the bonnet, sure enough, plug lead just off slightly. So it was running on like 5.5 cylinders. Put the plug lead on, Lexus ran better than BMW. Even car dealers, when they're trying to promote their own product, when they're trying to brainwash the salesman on how good they are. So you can go with conviction into the showroom. Yes, Mr. Customer, I can promise you this BMW 740, I think it might be the 540 actually, this BMW 540 drives better than a Lexus. you know, they've brainwashed you. Dirty trick. Privates do it. Who knew? You know, I mean, there used to be also a trick in the old days. Cavaliers, 4-speed and 5-speed. Everybody wanted a 5-speed. A Cavalier 5-speed gear knob was about 30 quid or something, but the car would bring another 300-400 quid. So, off with the 4-speed gear knob, on with the 5-speed gear knob. Car would go through the auction. Everybody would run up, look in. Oh, 5-speed, yeah. Bid more money. Trying to get it in 5th on the way home, got no chance. So, dirty tricks. Let's narrow this down. Electric cars, here we go, electric cars. So there's 21,441 electric cars on Auto Trader. If I then narrow it down again, so we'll click on those to look at them, and then I want a price range, price from 5,000 to 10,000. There's 540, 5,000 to 10,000 cars. So that's not a very big sample, is it? To determine that they've gone up 0.7%, just 540 cars that are for sale on the whole of Auto Trader from all the details. In fact, let me just go a bit further. We'll go back, and I'm going to also put a couple of filters. I don't want the privates because some of the private prices are just insane. They've been, obviously they've been lied to and they don't want to lose a load of money. So we'll just go on trade sellers. There are only 361 used EVs between 5 to 10,000 in trade hands. Filter, let me just go, that's on relevance, that's on Auto Trader's relevance, which, trust me, you don't want, because the stuff they want to show you isn't relevant to you. It's just not. If we go down to the bottom here, it'll show you some stupid car that you just would never buy, and all they're doing is wasting the person who's trying to promote it to you's clickbait money. Sort relevance. So we'll go to most recent. There we go. 361 cars. Then we'll pick something. We'll go to a make and model. Trade sellers, make and model, make. And I dare say, I bet if we went to Citroen, they'd all be virtually, there's 17 there. Well, we will do. We'll go to Citroen, search 17 cars. Yeah, all Citroen Amis. That's, you know, there's one Citroen EC. Well, look. I mean, look at that. What did I just say about, you know, going on relevance? I've put in £5,000 to £10,000 relevance. Auto Trader thing. You may also like the Citroen E63. There's 22,925. Or there's an ad for a Citroen EC4 at 22,549. It's just ridiculous. But all those we can go past. We can go past Citroen. So we'll go on to something else. What have we got? BMW. We'll go on BMW. Search 20 cars. We'll go to the bottom. So there's only 20 BMWs between £5,000 to £10,000. They're selling in 19 days, don't forget. So that's an advert, that's £10,300, not too bad. Now, this is where we get on to the truth. This is where you can check, have they gone up 0.7%? Now, it's not definitive. You make your own mind up. The first one, that's been reduced by £2,496 or 20%. First advertised on the 9th of the 1st, 2024. It's not sold in 19 days, has it? Next one, minus 1,000. Next one, minus 1,500. Next one, minus 500. Minus 1,200. Minus 500. Minus 1,000. Minus 300. Minus 700. Minus 3,500. Minus 300. You know, that's BMWs. So BMWs haven't gone up 0.7%, have they? Knock off BMW, make and model. And you'll see these Mercedes-Benz. I dare say Mercedes-Benz won't have gone up. We'll just have a look. There's only 8 cars. So we'll go to the bottom. cars are, you see, between £5,000 and £10,000, but they think I might also like a £23,000, or then a 24,000, a 22,585, and this fucking annoys me. Honestly, it's not easy making money in the motor trade. Auto Trader's algorithm, or it's an ad, who, as long as they've got a hole in their arse, is going to search for a £5,000 to £10,000 car. Mercedes EQS, 65,900. I'll have that. Just 60,000 over my budget. I'll have that. I'll get some Chucky. We'll get some HP. Get on a PCP. EVs have great residual values. How much can it cost? Anyway. Down £1,300. Down 500. Down 795. And that's up £300 there. But that's lower price. And they've advertised it on the 2nd of the 11th, 2024, £8,000. Reduced it the same day to 7,900. Then 2 days later, put it up to £8,300. So whoever's the person advertising at wherever they are, he's got a screw loose. That's Mercedes-Benz. Make and model, yeah. Nissan, should we try Nissan? We'll try Nissan. Nissan, there's a lot there. Search 82 cars. I mean, I can already see here, just scrolling through. Minus 300, that's Karza. Now Karza here, look at this. You may also like, and an ad. Karza there, you may also like. So Karza there have got 3 clicks that have just been taken out. If somebody clicks on them, I suppose. There's an ad there, 7,990. Now we get into another Karza one there. That's an ad too. I'd hate to have Karza's pay-per-click bill. But we get on to the ones that are really for sale. That's higher price, look, £5,989. And that's minus £3,000. That's been for sale since the 8th of December 2022. I mean, let's just click on it and see if it's got higher price there. They've reduced it by £3,000, and it's, according to Auto Trader, it's £1,775 above market value. That's just scary. Minus 300. Minus 100. Minus 299. Minus 1,000. Minus 100. Minus 210. Minus £1,762. Minus 335. Minus 250. Minus 1762. Minus 247. Minus 335. Minus 250. I mean, does that give you the impression that they're going up 7% or knock Nissan off? So here we go. Again, this is the £5,000 to £10,000 mark. You may also like this Renault Megane E-Tech that is £23,094. And you know, I'm embarrassed. I really am embarrassed for them. Today, Auto Trader are doing a video for the dealers about what finance, you know, some finance agreements. Really speaking, instead of doing videos for the dealers, what they need to be doing is studying how they can improve their adverts so that the dealers can sell more cars, not telling them about finance. We pay them to advertise our cars so that we can sell them. That's what we pay them for. We don't pay them to lecture us on how good EVs are and so on, which is what seems to be happening these days. But there you go. I want a £5,000 to £10,000 EV, and they think I might also like a £23,094 one. But then we go on to the others. There's one over here, Renault Zoe at £10,000, minus 3,200. It's been for sale since the 18th of May 2020, and it's a great price. A great price, what's that, 98% of retail? A great price is 95 to 98% of retail. Next one, minus 1,361, minus 3,200, minus 2,000, minus 1,000, minus 1,000, minus 700, minus 1,200, minus 300. And again, I've got to really thank AT Price Tracker, because without that, how would I know that these cars aren't going up like they're telling me in the trade papers? How would I know? I'd have no way of knowing, would I? Minus 600, minus 2,310. Minus £14,737. Oh, guess which one that is again. It's the £23,604 that they think I may also like. Minus 1,000. So we'll go for Reynolds. Make and model. We'll have one more. Volkswagen. Volkswagen are great cars, aren't they? There's 20 EVs priced between £5,000 to £10,000. Go to the bottom. Here we go. Well, they've been a bit more careful with my money there. They think I might like an £11,798 Golf. But then we go to the side here. That's a Cat S. That's been for sale since October 2023. Shouldn't be anywhere. If you like your family, shouldn't be anywhere near it. Certainly shouldn't be parked in your garage or at the side of your house up your drive. You may as well just put a phosphorus grenade in your garage than a Cat S electric vehicle. 9495, 977. So there's another Cat S there. Let's just have a VK. There's a different car. Two Cat S's. A Volkswagen E-Up. Minus £591. Minus £100. Minus £2,350. That's been dropped. That's advertised on the 1st of the 10th. Supposedly when EVs are going up, and they've already knocked it down £2,300. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. Minus 545. Minus 451. Minus 979. You know, they're just not going up 0.7%, are they? They're just not. All the evidence shows that if you took all the ones that have been reduced to all the ones that have been increased and stayed the same, then that is a negative. The reductions are a negative. They are not going up 0.7%. Right, we'll go to now the next ones. The £10,000 to £15,000. So we'll change that. We'll just knock the make and model off. And we want the price from 10,000 to 15,000. There are 1,729 cars. Say around about 2,100. There's 2,100 cars in that bracket on Auto Trader. Let's just try something else. GMW Aura. We'll go on GMW Aura. It's 26 cars. We'll search them. These are the ones that are supposed to be taking over the world, don't forget. You know, a delegation from Auto Trader went to the Chinese Motor Show and came back saying just how far ahead of the legacy EV makers that the Chinese are. This is how far ahead they are. That's an ad. Minus £12,000. It's 15,995. It's gone down 43%. That's an ad. Not only are they blowing the brains out with that, but they're paying Auto Trader for pay-per-clicks as well. And you'll see there, that was first advertised 22nd of the 4th, 2023, 18 months ago. It's down 53%, £15,746. Has that gone up 0.7%? The one next to it, are these all at the same garage as well? Yeah, garage local to us. And they've just put disappointing, everybody's having a shit year, but they've just put disappointing results in. They've gone from 2 million profit last year to minus 920,000 this year. And when you look at this stock, you can see why, can't you? First advertised 22nd of the 4th, 2023. So the same day as the other one. That's been reduced by £17,855, 56%. Next one, again, all registered the same day. These first edition ones. Down 15,746. Is that the same vehicle there? The mileage, viewed one time. Could even be this. Oh, they're all ads. So the same car looks like it's appearing on the same thing. Clickbait. Surely Nissan getting the pants taken down. And then they're actually normal adverts. Minus 15,000, minus 17,850, minus 12,069, minus 12,569, minus 12,465, minus 11,000, minus 17,855, minus 17,855. How many times are these cars? Are they the same ones? Are they different ones? They're both down the same amount. Minus 7 grand, minus 97, minus 1,245, minus 800, minus 2,000. You know, these Chinese EVs, they're the ones that all the EV shills will be telling you that they're way ahead. They've got their act together, the Chinese. You know, don't forget there's no tariffs on these at the moment, and they still can't compete. The level playing field, they can't compete because they're shite. They look awful. That looks like a shrunken blooming... Well, no, I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like a Cayenne that's been in the wash, that's shrunk, and then you've tried to pull it out and it's gone into a Cayenne but funny shapes. So that's minus 15. I mean, just... Then, don't forget... Auto Trader sticking a lease deal, just for good measure. If it's not bad enough, they've had you for clickbaits, you know, pay-per-clicks, and you're tanking £15,700, and you've put in that you want a £10 to £15,000 used EV. You may also like this lease deal on a brand new GWM Aura, £332 a month. Why would you like that? Why would you want that? £331 a month. What's the deposit? Deposit £3,972.96. 48 monthly payments, 6,000 miles a year. Well, that's just not going to cost you a small fortune, is it? You know, it really pisses me off. EVs have got to succeed. There is some mutterings today that new EVs have gone up again. There'll be all sorts of reasons for them. They won't have just gone up on their own, I can promise you. They need to go up, they have to go up. But we have to start selling them properly. You've got the trade magazines lying to dealers, and you've got the dealers lying to customers. Where's it end? In court, in years to come? As I mentioned years and years ago, our EV is going to be the next PPI scandal, the next Finance Commission scandal. You told me this car was cheap to run, but Barry Crampton tells me I can run a 5-litre Ford Mustang and overall it's going to cost me less. You just said it's cheap to run, you didn't give me any figures. Baz has put down exact prices, exact cars, exact calculations. So, you know, give me my money. Make and model. Hyundai. Should we go for Hyundai? Peugeot? We'll go for Vauxhall, because I haven't got all day. Well, actually, I have got all day, but I don't want to take all day. So we'll go to Vauxhall. 10 to £15,000, minus 400, minus 551, minus 800, minus 1,250, minus £4,000. Oh gosh, just look at this. 8th of the 3rd, 2023, minus £10,246. It's only done 5,700, what was it? 5,275 miles, 2021 and 71 plate. It's been reduced £10,246, minus 42%. Been for sale since March last year. They're flying off the forecourt every 19 days, and they're up 0.7%. Now let's just do something else. We've got electric there, look. We've got 1728. So somebody's sold one since we started doing that. That's a good do. We've got 1728. Knock electric off. Then we're going to filter. We want fuel. This is what we have. So 10 to 15,000 pounds cars. We've got 42,847 petrols. Diesels 18,427. How do you calculate that EVs are the best performing fuels when you've got here, so 1728 divided by 42,847%. How do you work out that the rest of fuels have gone down, especially petrols, when you've got 96% more petrols than you have EVs? How do you work it out? How do you work that out fairly? Come on, Cap, show us you're working out. You can see mine. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Because I can't believe it. It's not true. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Ta-da.